Welcome to another video. We're playing XYZ Sharks today. XYZ Sharks is a pretty cool deck, and I'm going to be completely honest, I totally underestimated this deck. When I looked at the deck list, I thought it was a meme. I thought about cutting XYZ Remora. That was a mistake. This deck is sweet, and it is extremely powerful. We're usually able to make 2 XZ monsters on our turn, which means we get a totally awesome, and we get a face-up pop, turn all our opponent's monsters into waters, which can mess them up, depending on what sort of deck they're playing. So right here, you saw we made a Bahamut Shark, made the Toad, and we made a Stealth Kraken. Opponent's playing Pot of Prosperity. We're going to try and negate with Toad. See if we can negate and steal, but opponent has Call by the Grave. Alright, fair enough. Toad is gone. Unfortunately, we don't get to recycle our Toad. Another thing to point out with this deck is our Bahamut Shark, since he was XC summoned using a right-hand shark as a material, actually can't be destroyed by battle. Right-hand shark's effect is that you XC a monster using only water materials. It can't be destroyed by battle, so low-key Bahamut Shark indestructible. Pretty sweet. Our opponent, of course, is playing birds. Everyone on the ladder is playing birds, so I've tuned this deck list to beat birds. So if you're having trouble with birds and you want to try a fun deck, check out this deck list. I'll have the deck list at the end of the video as usual. If you like this video, give the channel a subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Sharks was requested a long time ago, but I only recently got the cards to make it. Opponent doing their bird things. Now, as long as we stop them from getting 2 birds on the field with the normal summon, they won't actually be able to summon their Flounderies and Empen. So that's my plan here. We're going to pop that bird. Opponent's like, you got me. I'm going to make another bird. We're going to use our Ash Blossom, or sorry, our Ghost Ogre, to pop this bird. Opponent will only get 1 more normal summon. The deck only runs 3 differently named birds, and they all have hard once per turn effects. So opponent summons the eagle here, but he actually can't summon again. He got jebaited. He jebaited himself. So he just has to pass here. So we still got our pop, and we're just going to go, to town here. We're going to detach 2, summon the XZ Remora, summon 2 monsters from the graveyard. Now we can XZ again, but we're just going to make Verte, make some space. We'll make DP at the end. Using the White Mirror, we can special summon a fish from the graveyard, add the same fish to hand. Now we can special summon another rank 4. Now we got 2 rank 4s on the field. We can use our Bahamut Shark, make a level 3. We got number 47 in the deck, and we can use the Bahamut Shark. Well, you know what? First we gotta pop. We're gonna use our effects. Let's start popping. Pop is birds. Birds are popped, and we got lethal here, but just to keep showing off, we can use the Bahamut Shark and the Stealth Kraken spawn to make, where is he? Utopic F0, and that lets us go into number F0, which gives us an Omni Negate, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, can detach a material to negate and gain control of monsters on the field. And we'll still have our face-up pop with the Stealth Kraken, and we'll have a DPE. So that's great. Also, we'll have attacked with an XZ monster, which means we can use our Nightmare Shark to go into Zeus. So the board we would have is just ridiculous. Opponent is done though. Not willing to see any more of this. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, let's go. Got the Fusion Destiny in this hand. Now, a bit of a non-bow. If we use Buzzsaw Shark's effect to special summon an XZ monster, we actually can't use Fusion Destiny because Buzzsaw locks us into XZ monsters from the extra deck. But that doesn't usually end up being a problem because often if we can do Buzzsaw, we're doing good. And if Buzzsaw gets negated, then you can still Fusion Destiny. So opponent is making the Heretic Seal here. Passing our turn. We saved our Ash Blossom, we saved our Imperm. So we're going to start here by Imperming the Heretic Seal. This can tribute itself to turn a face-up card to the field, so he'd be able to remove stuff. Opponent trying to eat Telly. We're going to negate. Stop him from getting that monster to the field. Opponent going to Heretic Seal. And return. There's nothing for him of ours to return. Unless he wants to give us back our Imperm. So yeah, he's given himself his field spell back to hand, so that's safe for him. Alright. Well, now we're pretty much unimpeded. Opponent summoned a Chamber Dragon Maid, but other than that, we're free reign. So let's start with the Buzzsaw Shark. Target itself. Opponent has the Effect Veiler, So Buzzsaw negated, but like I said before, we still got the Fusion Destiny. Keep our Buzzsaw around for next turn, hopefully. Fusion Destiny. Get our DPE. DP gonna pop this Dragon Maid. Don't know what he has in hand, but if he has a Dragon Maid in hand, we don't want that going off. So let's just play it safe. Pop that Dragon Maid, attack directly. Pass back to the opponent. Did get a little disrupted here, but I think we can pull through in the grind game. DP coming back. See what the opponent's got here. Dragon Shrine. Let him send Dragon Monsters to the graveyard. So we're gonna pop that before it can activate. Hopefully the rest of his hand can't stop us. Opponent has another field spell. It's Boot Sector Launch. Gonna start special summoning. We'll speed things up here. Opponent does a very long wombo combo. Banishing things from the graveyard. Popping field spells. Summoning Rocket Synchrons. Making a Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler effect. Lets him look at the top 5 cards of his deck. Reveal a light or dark monster added to hand. And the rest go in his graveyard. So let's let that resolve here. 1, it's Called by the Grave, Noctivision, Called by the Grave, Chaos Dragon Levineer, and Cyframe Driver. Now, he lets all those go to the graveyard, adds a Nocturne to hand, and banishing a card from his graveyard, the Starliege Seyfert adds the Levineer back to hand. Levineer is a card I remember from Duel Links. Usually people use it to pop 2 cards on the field, so I'm thinking he's going to pop me and get lethal. So opponent's got a negate on field. He's got his Levineer, but he does use a different mode. He uses the Levineer mode to return a card from the hand back to the deck, which I did not even remember Levineer could do. Opponent summoning back the Chaos Ruler, but Levineer when he uses effect cannot attack, so opponent maybe forgot they missed lethal here. If he just used the Levineer and used no effect, he could have attacked over. Hopefully this Jebaited Fusion Destiny got him here. And opponent's using Nightmare Unicorn. Get rid of my last card, so down to 0 cards. 1,700 life points. What are we going to do from here? Definitely need a Yugimoto moment. We're going to draw top deck Buzzsaw Shark. Perfect draw. Special summon with the Dasher. Archfiend, Red Hot Dragon Archfiend can negate our monsters on the field, so we're going to pot a Greed, see what we draw. Ghost Ogre and Ash. We're going to start by popping. Bait the negate. Opponent has to negate here, otherwise we'll pop his monster. And now our Buzzsaw Shark is free reign. Free reign to summon. So we're going to get a Lifeless Leaf Fish. We're going to make a Stealth Kraken. Once per turn pop. Doesn't detach a material. Turns all his monsters into waters. Go to battle. Pop the Nightmare Unicorn. Leave his Levineer on the field. Now we got Ash. We got Ghost Ogre. We got a face-up pop. We got a face-up pop. What are you going to do about that, opponent? Opponent summoning from the graveyard. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Let's pop. But the effect is, he's going to try and negate. The effect of the Hot Red is negated. We're going to take advantage of that. Use our Ghost Ogre. You actually don't choose the targets on Stealth Kraken until resolution. So we pop that Hot Red Dragon. And for free, and now we get to pop another card. Pop the Levineer. Opponent's left with a Rocket Synchron and nothing left to do. Let's pop that last card. And back to our turn. And we got lethal here. No need to do anything extra. Let's get in. Attack directly. Showing off the power of XYZ Sharks. Alright. Let's go on to the next game. Alright. We got the Draw and Lockbird. This is one of the tech cards I mentioned for Flounderies. Let's start by Buzzsaw Sharkin, and now we got a choice here. Opponent activated Max C. Now, we have Ash Blossom in hand. We could Ash Blossom this Max C, stop him from drawing any cards, but we don't know what our opponent's doing, and Draw and Lockbird has a secret mode. If they draw with Max C, which we're going to let them do here, you can activate Draw and Lockbird, and they won't get to draw any more cards with Max C. It also stops us from adding cards to hand, but this deck doesn't really do that at all. So we kind of can use Draw without getting punished by it on our turn to stop a Max C. Now going to show you the power XYZ Remora. We make the Stealth Kraken, remove its materials. It doesn't even care about having materials on this card. Remove its materials, summon a Buzzsaw Shark and the right hand shark back from the graveyard. Now we can XE again, make a Bahamut Shark, make a Toad, Every turn you see this Max C getting negated every day. Every time we summon a monster, Droll is like, nah, Max C, nah, you stop. You stop. So now we got Toad. We got a face-up pop. We still have our Ash Blossom that we saved. Ash Blossom, very useful to have defensively. Negate that Pot of Desires. Still got Omni Negate, still got face-up pop. And opponent is done. Not willing to try and play through the board. Showing the power of the XC Sharks. Alright, let's do one more game here. Alright, let's go. Now, Foolish Barrel's a great card here. In the deck, you can use it to send Right Hand Shark to the graveyard and get a special summon. Now, unfortunately, we already have our one copy of Right Hand Shark in hand. Maybe it makes sense to play two, but we're going to use this anyway. Send a Remora to the graveyard. So that lets us target it with White Mirror. White Mirror, another amazing card. I really didn't think when I looked at this how powerful it was. We're going to try and Ash, but we got called by. Now what this White Mirror is going to do is it's going to summon that fish from the graveyard and add another copy of it to hand. So that's going to, and now we're going to get to show the power of XE Remora. So we're going to get that shark on the field, that Remora on the field, summon our right hand shark, and then we can use our XE Remora in hand. But opponent doesn't want to see it. Maybe they've seen sharks before. They're going to just concede. Alright, well definitely showing off the power of the sharks. Really fun deck, way more powerful than I expected, way more fun than I expected. So let's go show you the deck list. Alright, here is the deck list. I did mention that I've tuned the deck to do have a better matchup against Flounderies. Now playing today, I think I played 7 games and I played 5 games against Flounderies. So, you know, that just goes to show how many Flounderies there are going around. It's pretty crazy how many people are playing that bird deck. So you really want to tune your main board to beat it. So what we got here is we got an Effect Veiler. Negating their monster summons can be pretty good against them, stop them searching. Draw and Lockbird, once they do their first search, you activate this, it shuts down their deck. They basically can't play. So draw really good. Also, as you saw in that one game, can use it against Max C. Can use it against Sword Soul, but by the time they start drawing, it's usually too late to be useful. We got the one Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Can pop the field spell. Pop also their monsters on summon. Try and keep their board clear so they can't finish their Wombo combo. And also we got the 3 Imperms. Imperm, quite strong, similar to Effect Veiler, trying to stop their combos. So that's our Flounderies defense. What do we got for fish combo? Well, running 3 XE Remora, I missed this card. When I looked at it, I thought it was bad, but after playing it, it's great. You start by XE summoning a Stealth Kraken, and then if you have the Remora in hand, you special summon the Remora from hand, you special summon 2 fish from the graveyard, and you've just got a billion materials to go with. You can even make, once you've done that, you can even make Bahamut Shark, make a Toad, and then use your last fish and your Bahamut Shark to go into, where is he? The boy, Verte, and then make a DPE. It's just nutty. So, you know, that's pretty great. Only downside of that line is Buzzsaw Shark does lock you into Xyz, so you got to be careful. Foolish Barrel in the deck because you can use to send the right hand shark to the graveyard, get an extra extension. Now, I thought about trying to play Adventure in this deck, but I don't think it works really well. Most of the time, you want to be Buzzsaw Sharking, and you cannot activate normal summon monster effects when at the same turn you use Adventure. So that means we wouldn't be able to Beautiful, we wouldn't be able to Buzzsaw Shark. And Buzzsaw Shark's so solid going first that we even have a single copy of Perry Res map, which lets us pay half our life points to get a Beautiful Princess to hand. So I really do think that start is so strong that could be worth it. Alright, in the extra deck, I already showed you most of the extra deck cards, but running the Utopic Draco Future package, pretty fun if you can get 2 XE monsters on the field with the same level. Running 1 Nightmare Shark, not usually able to use this effect to attack directly, although it is a good way to get your Zeus, because you can use it to immediately rank up Xyz into full armored Black Ray Lancer. Got Anti-Utopian. If you have Utopia, probably should use that instead, but this kind of serves the same purpose. If your opponent has a board that you can't break, you can attack with this, negate its own attack with its effect, switch it to defense mode, and then you declare an attack with an Xyz monster so you can rank up into Zeus. I'm pretty confident that works, although I didn't get to test it out. Similar thing you can do with regular Utopia if you have it. I just didn't want to spend a UR on Utopia. Yeah, there you go. That's the deck. Let me know what you think down in the comments if you have suggestions for how to make this deck better, or stuff maybe I missed I should include in a Shark deck. I had a lot of fun playing this, so maybe I'd be pretty happy to go back, play it again. Alright, I'm going to be taking next week off, so don't worry if you're missing me. I'll be back in a week. Alright, have a good night.